Welcome to the Coding Zoo JavaScript building blocks series. This is your first time joining. My name is Shane, and we're going to learn how to program in JavaScript together. In today's lesson, we're going to cover how to assign a variable. In the previous lesson, we learned what a variable was and how to assign it using the var keyword, VAR. In this lesson, we're going to learn a little bit about the let keyword for assigning variables. And we're also going to learn about constants, what a constant is. Before we begin, I just want to remind you, don't forget to check out thecodingzoo.com. That's thecodingzoo.com, all one statement, no spaces. This is where we keep our study notes for each lesson. It's also where we occasionally have quiz programs for each lesson. I would encourage you and or your child to study the study notes and to take the quiz when there's a quiz associated with a video. The more you practice, the longer it will stick with you, the more you remember. I also highly encourage that you follow along in the console or in the code as we do the lessons. So, you ready to get started? Let's do it. Okay, so I've already got my index.html open from my Coding Zoo JavaScript 1 folder. Again, we're going to keep using that index.html file to open up our browser and use our console for certain lessons. When we get to lessons that actually change the JavaScript file, we'll start creating separate folders at that point, so you'll be able to keep those examples. All right, so I'm going to press Control-Shift-J to get into the console. We have the console open, and you saw in the previous lesson how to assign a variable with var. My name equals Shane. So in this lesson, let's talk about another way of assigning variables using the keyword let. This is the latest way of naming variables that was just introduced, I believe, in ES6. We won't go in depth on the difference in let and var in this video, but as we get into the videos on functions and code blocks, we'll cover the difference in let and constant. So let's try it out. Keyword let, L-E-T, space, my name equals Shane, and press enter. And I'm going to go ahead and add more to that. So I'm going to say my name. I'm going to change it up. I started out with Shane. I'm going to change it. My name equals Shane Crouch. I don't like the fact that I just put my first name, so I'm going to go ahead in my program and change it to my first and last. And now I'm going to print it out. Console log my name, semicolon. And remember, as I go to each line, I'm pressing Shift Enter. If you press Enter, it's going to execute the statement. You don't want to press Enter. You want to press Shift Enter. So as you type in each line, you would go to the next line, press Shift Enter. All right. So I want all three of these statements to run. So I'm going to go ahead and actually press Enter. And there we go. It printed out my name, Shane Crouch. So it works pretty much like var. There are some key differences. Well, again, we'll go over that in the functions and code blocks video. Now let's talk about constants. Another way of creating a variable is a constant. So let's try the same example with the constant keyword. So C-O-N-S-T, my name equals Shane. That's in quotes, semicolon. Gonna press enter, shift enter at the same time rather. And let's try it again. My name equals, I'm gonna change it to Anthony Shane Crouch, my complete name there. Semicolon, shift enter, console.log, parentheses, my name in parentheses, semicolon, and instead of shift enter, again, I'm going to press enter. That should execute these lines of code. and boom, there you go. So I've got an error. So the reason I have an error is the fact that a constant is a variable that you can assign a value to one time. It's constant, cannot change it. So you have the variable assignment with var, var, with let, let, and you can also use constant. Constant is when you want to create a variable to represent something, store certain data, but you don't want it to be accidentally changed later on in your program. So that's all it is to it. That's how you use constant. That's what it's for. When you create constants in your code, you usually want to write them in uppercase. So constant. And instead of my name, like we did with camel case just a minute ago, you want to use uppercase. So my and then underscore name equals, and then Shane. So this is the clean coding habit to get into when writing constants. That way, as you go through your variables in your code, as it gets bigger and bigger, you can tell right off, well, that variable is a constant, I can't change it. So a good clean coding habit to get into. So that's it. So we have constants. Constants are variables you assign once, they cannot change. You usually want to use a different naming convention, all uppercase, underscore between the two words if there's more than one word in the name. You have the var assignment, and you have the let assignment for assigning variables. You use camel case when you assign those variables. Always remember with your variables to use a descriptive. Again, later on in our functions and coding block videos, we'll go over the difference in let and var. There is a big difference. Let has newer features that help you to write cleaner code. Awesome. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please click like below. If you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and click the subscribe button. That will help us get the word out about the videos. Click the bell if you want to have notifications. The bell will show up after you click subscribe. And hey, leave me a comment. Let me know if you have any questions, or if you don't quite understand anything. I'll definitely get back to you. I'm here to help you to learn how to program along with my children. I'm teaching them at the same time, of course. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.